I'm suffering from a character crisis. I want to give every character a chance at becoming my main. This week, I was invited to the first ever O-Tour Summit, but on one condition. I had to main random. I'm getting very close to 5,000 subscribers, so if you'd like to join me on my journey, please consider liking the video and subscribing as I go through my character crisis. When I started this series a year and a half ago, I knew from the beginning that I was going to main random someday. For someone who is suffering from a character crisis, random is the perfect way to make a decision without actually making one. But I always thought that I wouldn't main random until the end of my series. That is, until I received an invitation to the prestigious O-Tour Summit that my local community was putting on. This tournament follows the same style of invitational event that we used to have before the team behind Summits unfortunately shut down. Unlike the original Summit though, which invites the 16 best players in the world to compete, our community was putting on an event to have our worst players all competing for up to $400 in cash prizes. I thought I wouldn't qualify because I sometimes go 1-2 or 2-2. However, much to my surprise, I still got an invitation. But they knew that I would be too powerful if I only had to main one character. Now, for most people, maining random would be a severe handicap that would make it impossible for them to win a tournament. But for me, it's simply on brand. There's no doubt that maining random is going to make this tournament more difficult for me, but I knew that if anyone can do it, it's the guy who's suffering from a character crisis. Since I started my character crisis over a year and a half ago, I've had the chance to main 27 unique characters. Each of these characters has taught me something new about the game, and has helped me become a more well-rounded player. But when I started my series, I was much more focused on simply learning more about the game. Doing well at tournaments was never my highest priority. But now, I was being entered into a tournament that I knew I had a good chance of winning. And as much fun as YouTube is, $400 is a lot more than what I'm making right now. Please subscribe to my Patreon, I'm broke, thanks. I knew that if I accepted that invitation, it would finally be time for me to learn how to get good at Smash Bros. I've played a lot of characters for my series so far, but random is a whole different story. Getting good at maining random is incredibly hard, because you not only have to be good at 86 unique characters, but you also need to beat someone who has only had to focus on 1 or 2. But I was still confident that my random could beat any O-Tour, as long as I put in the work. However, I didn't have a lot of time. With only 1 month between me and the event, I had to prioritize my training well. Maining random, in a sense, means that instead of learning how to play a character, you have to learn how to play the game. I couldn't spend a lot of time learning character-specific tech, unless that tech was essential for playing the character. I had to think big picture, and try to identify ways that I could improve that approached the game in a much more general sense. They're forcing me to play random at this tournament, and so my response to that is, I'm just going to get good at random and win the whole thing. I started by making sure my understanding of universal mechanics was solid. Simple stuff, such as directional influence, falling through platforms, short hopping, B reverses, and more. Being able to control a character, no matter what character it was, is incredibly important, and learning more about the underlying mechanics behind the universal tech really helped me understand the game better. I'll include a link in the description that has a ton of different things you can practice. Understanding the universal mechanics is important for controlling all of the different characters in Smash. That's only one small part of winning. Maining random meant that I couldn't rely on any character-specific gimmick to help me win games. If I wanted to win, and win consistently, I needed to get better at Fundies. What is Fundies, you may be asking? Fundies stands for fundamentals, and is a nebulous concept that I rarely see clearly defined. If you say someone has good Fundies, it means they are good at the game. So what does it mean to have good Fundies? Ultimately, it comes down to two things for me. Good Fundies is a combination of spacing and decision making. Starting with spacing, what does it mean to space something well? It all starts with the goal of any game of competitive Smash. You want to hit your opponent without getting hit yourself, and spacing is a key component of this. Through positioning yourself with purpose, you can set yourself up for success by being in the right place at the right time. Controlling center stage is one of the first things you can do to have good spacing. Being at the center of the stage gives you several great advantages. You have space to retreat and punish overly aggressive opponents. If you get hit, you are far from the blast zones, making it less likely you'll die. And simply through your positioning, you can get your opponent to give up ground and corner themselves. The best possible place you can be in Smash is right here, underneath a platform, with your opponent at ledge. Controlling space is so important because it gives you more options than your opponent, which leads into the next part of Fundies, which is having good decision making. Knowing when to do something and why you're doing it is critical to do well in Smash. Take this situation where your opponent is in disadvantage. You hit them with a true combo, and now they are in the air trying to come back down. The difference between a good player and a bad player is that the good player will make the decision to not overextend, and won't give up their good positioning if they aren't confident they can land the hit. Overextending in this situation could lead to your opponent hitting you, or even give them a chance to take center stage from you. Good decision making isn't about making the perfect decision in every single situation. That's impossible to do, even for top players. Instead, it comes down to making the decisions that have the highest reward for the least amount of risk. It's why you'll so often see top players choose to stand on stage and take the ledge trap, as opposed to risking it all for the down air. But sometimes, the right decision is to go for the down air. Knowing when to do something or to do nothing at all is a skill, and is something that can apply to every character in the game. But as much as I wanted to work on just my Fundies, I knew I had some characters in the roster that were going to be problematic for me. At the start of my random journey, I decided to make a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet! You know you're a nerd when you make spreadsheets for random stuff. This spreadsheet was essential to understanding what I needed to work on. For the first 100 games, I ended up having a win record of 47%. If I wanted to win that tournament though, I knew it had to be better. The spreadsheet helped me realize what characters needed more specific help. 3 stood out to me, those being Ken, the Belmonts, and Bayonetta. I knew how important it was that I get these characters up to a competent level, or else I was just giving away free wins. I hit the lab, learning how to combo with Ken, how to angle my whips with the Belmonts, and just learning how to recover with Bayonetta. But besides a couple of minutes in the lab, I couldn't focus on just these characters. I spent an entire day streaming, twice as long as I usually do, just to get every character into Elite Smash. 5 left: Greninja, Bowser Jr., Mega Man, Bayonetta, Little Mac. All the weirdos, all the little weird ones. It was brutal. Don't do that either. I'm gonna be here all night. Ugh. But the final few tested my patience in a way I've never had to deal with before. Alright. This lag is killing me. It's killing you? Oh, my opponent rage quit! No! No! I nearly got spiked. I did get spiked. And then my mash was bad because my hand fell off the controller. I literally said earlier this game, I think I've got Greninja figured out. No, you don't, you dumbass. Gotcha. That actually hit on platform? Oh, so it can hit on platforms. That F smash was a misinput, but we take those. Just kidding, we don't take those. They DC'd because they don't want to lose to me. Try hard Iron Man, more like Bayonetta's day 1. Yeah. One more character. If I could just get her in! I can't get out of 11 million! Are you kidding me? Why? Oh, jeez. Oh. don't know if I like Bayo. Why can't I get the second uppy in that? Nice! A quick 0 to death to start it off. Okay, you know, my Bayo's kind of nice. Cut it! Cut it! Clip! No! Don't clip it! Don't clip it! But finally, I did it. And I got every single character into Elite Smash. Woohoo! I did win! Everyone's here! Everyone's here! We did it! Look at that! Look at that! A perfect Elite Smash roster! After years of playing this game, I can now say I beat Smash Bros. During this time, I also started a YouTube short series called Smash Crash Course to hopefully help me learn how to handle every character better. Slowly but surely, I could see the effort paying off. 50% win rate. Over time, I pushed my win percentage up until I got as high as 53%. I started doing Iron Man runs, with my best attempt only ever getting as high as 6 wins in a row. It may not be as impressive as someone like Mars, but for O2 Summit, I hoped it would be enough. Before I knew it, the month was over, and I had no more time left to prepare. But I was confident I would do well at my tournament. To give you a taste of that confidence, here's a combo video, including all of my best clips from when I was a random main. Let's go! I feel sick. Oh my god!
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Okay. Nice! Thanks for the air dodge, K-Rool. What a donation! Wait, that was a clip! Let's go! I actually got a double dunk with Duck Hunt!
Forward aerial, forward aerial, forward aerial, forward aerial.
And that's how you kill Mario! Woo! Fighting Falcon wasn't such a chore. Okay. Chore's done, I guess. Wait! I'm so sick! Let's go. That's a nice kill confirm. O2 Summit was being put on by my friend and fellow YouTuber, That's No Noon. Subscribe to them, so you'll get to see their video about the whole tournament, as I'll only be talking about the part I played in it. This was a special event meant to celebrate the pot fillers who normally never get any recognition at tournaments. After having been a part of it, I believe that every region should host an O2 Summit for their community. I'm incredibly honored I was one of the lucky guests who got invited to this tournament, even if they had to nerf me so I could come. The day started off with interviews for every player. Here's mine.
We got Tuesday-tastic. Holy
Hello.
cow, the GOAT.
Hi, my name is Tuesday-tastic, and I'm currently suffering from a character crisis. I had to say that.
You had to say it smart. You do have a YouTube. Everybody go subscribe to Only on Tuesdays on YouTube. So
It ain't a Tuesday, but I appreciate it.
true. So you haven't picked a main in at least a year. How do you think that's helped or hurt your Smash skill?
I think that has made me a more well-rounded player. Before, when I mained Daisy, I was only focused on like getting my combos and not really playing the game that much. But now I just view the game in a much more robust sense. I don't know.
Nice.
So
Do you believe this character crisis is going to aid you today? As this robust skill set of yours is going to be able to help you as I believe you're playing all random today.
I am being forced to play all random today, but I mean it'll be fine until I get Bayo.
True.
So yeah, fingers crossed.
Tuesday-tastic!
Thank you.
We then kicked it off with a crew battle. We had 2 teams representing the 2 different locals we have in Utah. I could have been on either team, but I chose Paragon because I lived closer to it. I was subbed in as the second player and had to fight my doubles partner Bones. For my first game of the day, I got Pokemon Trainer. Let's just say my Charizard doesn't have honorable intentions.
Switching to Charizard here. Interesting.
He's trying to kill him at 80. Interesting.
Yeah, he's trying to just... Well, in the Psychic call out! Okay. Taking that stock. Well done, Tuesday-tastic.
My next opponent was Schmoibel, a Ness main, and he was one of a few players that I hadn't heard of before this event, so I didn't know how good he was. I quickly found out that I had to respect him.
Schmoibel's playing very, very well right now. Oh, and the down smash! Taking the first stock! That was a quick stock, too.
One thing you need to know about maining random is that it's really easy to accidentally SD. You may only get 3 stocks in a crew battle, but I knew it wasn't over until it was over.
No. Wait, is he recovering? No!
It's
We
going
got the
on
cheese.
here.
That's so
We
fat.
got this. We love fat characters.
Oh my god! The
Is
dash
that
attack!
it? Not gonna kill. He's alive.
Oh my god! Let's go, Schmoibel!
If you didn't know by now, I'm sure that gameplay proved that this was O2er Summit. We were down 7 stocks to 3 by the end of the crew battle, and it looked dire. But my teammate Shiroberry clutched up, and Paragon won. There have been allegations that the bracket was rigged because Puddles may or may not have taken a $1 bribe, but that's neither here or there. Let's go, Team Paragon! As fun as this was, I now knew who I needed to watch out for in the main bracket. Our next event was doubles, but we're O2ers, so we wanted to make it more fun by turning on items and random stages. It's best of 5, but single elimination, so if we lose, we're out. My teammate was my usual staple of Bones, but this is when I found out that he's never played with items on before. I had my work cut out for me, but I also wasn't the best teammate. It starts off really bad, but eventually we get into the groove of playing with items, and we manage to pull off the reverse 3-0. We fought another team off stream, which we beat 3-1, putting us in the grand finals to fight a guy named Zach and Puddles. These were the 2 items players I was most afraid of going into this event. Zach's item knowledge is next to none in the entire Utah Smash scene, and Puddles is a wild card that you could never be ready for. I managed to win the 1v1 in the first game when I recognized that Zach was going to chase the Smash Ball instead of me. But Game 2 is honestly just a disaster. I don't know how else to describe it. Game 3, we end up getting destroyed by the stage.
Okay, Zach got a bone stock off, and he's still on his first.
And in the final game, Bones loses track of his character during a final smash, SDs, and I quickly lose the 1v2 after that.
Oh, hey!
TJ
That's
can
probably gonna be
fly.
it.
Wow, that was cool. What a punish. Okay, congratulations to Zach and TJ for winning items doubles.
Items doubles is so chaotic, playing random feels mundane after that. We got second, which I guess I'll take. We had a few more side events, such as Draw Your Main. They didn't have me do that for some reason. And O2ers make a tier list.
Incineroar!
It sure is a tier list, alright. Finally, we were ready for the main event. This is the first time I've ever competed in a tournament where I felt like I had a good chance of winning the whole thing. And I wanted that money. I was locked in. Started off with round robin, and I had 3 different players to fight. First up was Limemaid, a Jigglypuff player. I got Lucas as my first character, which was actually a character I had done a crash course on just a few days before. I think that helped me out, because I started off with 3 stock. Limemaid gets a really clean shield break punish on my Mewtwo.
Gets back to stage, gets a shield break. Not really sure what sort of punch he can really get here. Oh, he hits the actual true punch. That's crazy.
But it's not enough for him to win the game.
Oh, air dodge. Oh, the footstool, no.
I then get Meta Knight, a character I've grown to love since playing him for my character crisis. It's closer this time, but Limemaid's Jigglypuff isn't enough to match my power. A clean 3-0 to start things off. I then had to fight Tuki, an Olimar player. Unfortunately, it was off-stream, but I have some notes. I got Captain Falcon Game 1, who used to be my secondary before my character crisis. However, Tuki surprises me with how good he is, and I lose with my old favorite. I then won with Greninja in Game 2, clutched a last-hit, last-stock Game 3 with Incineroar, finally closed out 3-1 with Wolf. A lot of the O-Tours may struggle against Olimar because he's such an uncommon character, but my time playing Olimar over a year ago was huge for helping me understand the matchup. I then got put back on stream to fight Tatse. Tatse was one of the players I was most worried about going into this tournament, because our set record was 1-1, with him beating me the last time we played. I was seeded first in the pool, but I knew that Tatse was a formidable opponent I had to respect. I start off with DDD, and this game actually fulfills a lifelong dream of mine, and I got to show up in Yeet Smash for the first time ever. Except it's Tatse clipping me.
Actually, you know what? I want to talk about this for really no particular reason, but I really like DDD's animation when he's dashing in one direction and then he skid stops and goes in the other, because he uses the hammer as like an anchor.
Never mind.
You see that?
Okay, charge the F smash. Never mind.
I like that. It's just like a nice little attention to detail. Also, what?
Hey, charge the F smash.
What happened? Why did he die at 2? See what I mean? He got shot by a gun and died.
I almost bring it back, but
That's
it's too
here.
little too late.
What are we doing?
So much kills right now.
Don't
Wow,
wake
that's
me
just
up.
beat there.
Game 2, I get Kirby.
Kirby with a gun.
Just like God intended.
Exactly.
I maybe use Hammer a little bit more than I should.
Now things are looking a little bit awkward, although it's not okay. I think that Tuesday might need to stop going for hammer from the neutral like that.
That's very judgmental. I don't like you saying that.
But I still take the game. I then roll King K. Rool, which means I get the privilege of playing a super heavy against Joker. But he hits hard, so I still win Game 3. I then get my first problem character in Ken.
Oh, that's not good.
Ken?
That's pretty bad. Unless Tuesday's like really invested time into playing like Shotos, this is going to be a little bit awkward, and I would not be surprised to see Tatse win this thing.
However, I did spend some time practicing him, so I actually have a pretty huge lead at the start of the game. But Tatse isn't going down without a fight. He brings me to my last stock, and I just can't find the kill! I start panicking, throwing out random Shoryukens, desperately trying to hit him. I choked, and Tatse manages to bring it to a Game 5.
Wow, no way! Oh!
Crazy.
Tatse's gonna get it! We're going to Game 5!
But I get the monkey. And I'm angry after that last game.
Smashes back to me. Yes!
Holy cow, we got DK!
Joker versus the Broccoli Kong. Here it comes. Does he have those?
No.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh, man.
Off stage.
Not on the Kongster, bro. Yep.
Oh no, this is really bad.
Oh!
Huge.
Donkey Kong.
Absolutely giant down air. Now Tatse without any Arsene, and Donkey Kong, even at 145, surprisingly like durable here. Oh, huge pivot grab after the up tilt. Forward smash though, not gonna work. Getting a little too greedy. Yeah, that's a big punch. Down air.
Oh my!
I sweep my pool with a 3-0. I'm mostly feeling great about how I played. It was a little shaky in some ways, but ultimately I won when I needed to. Beating Tatse was a great boost for my confidence, since he was one of the players I was worried about for this event. It was now time for the final bracket. Double elimination, winner takes all. But my next opponent was the one I knew I had to beat if I wanted to win the tournament. Shiroberry. You see, this isn't actually the first time I've made random for a tournament. 6 months ago, I participated in a different tournament called Character Clash, where you have to choose your main before entering the bracket, and only one player gets to play as each character. I had random for that tournament as well, but I got eliminated by Shiroberry's Mewtwo during that event. To me, Shiroberry was enemy number 1. For my first role, I get Piranha Plant, which is currently my best character in Elite Smash, and the character I mained for Genesis X this year. I dominantly defeat his Byleth, which then gets him to switch to Mewtwo, the character I did not want to see. He quickly takes the first stock in Game 2, but thanks to an unfortunate SD, I'm able to take it. It's back and forth in Game 3, but eventually Shiro learns to respect Kirby's space, and I just can't find another hit until he takes it. I then pulled Dark Samus, a character I'm very confident with. Until I SD'd in the first couple of seconds. This sure is out to her summit. Even with that SD, I'm able to bring it back to even, but Shiroberry plays the final stock well, and we go to Game 5. For my final character in this match, I'm blessed with the top tier of Aegis. Back and forth, but Shiro has the lead going into the final stock. I keep telling myself, don't get hit by Disable, don't get hit by Disable, because that's how I lost to him back at Character Clash 6 months ago. So, of course, he hits me with the Disable to win the game. I'm disappointed and frustrated with myself as I get sent to the losers bracket, but I know I can make it back to him. I then had to fight Bucket, an O2er who had never won a set before this tournament, but finally got his first W. I rolled Link, a character that I'm very comfortable with, and I confidently take Game 1. I then get Pikachu, a character I'm not as comfortable with, but I'm still able to win. Finally, I close out the set with Yoshi. Up next was Shmoible, the Nest player who beat me in the crew battle. It was time for my revenge, as I got my first ever main from back in my Brawl and Smash 4 days. My Toon Link is still clean, and I confidently win Game 1. I then pulled Ridley. Ness destroys Ridley in close quarters, but Ridley is one of my best characters. I know all I have to do is get Ness off stage, and I quickly 3-stock Shmoible. I'm feeling great about how this set is going. I'm jamming to my music, and I have nothing to fear. But then I pull Falco, who is easily my worst of the Spaceys. Shmoible then gets the reverse 3-stock on me, and I just have to hope for a good character. Luckily, I get Zelda, who according to my spreadsheet is actually one of my best characters. I start off with commanding lead, but Shmoible slowly but surely brings it back to even. I miss a game-winning grab, and Shmoible is able to take it to Game 5. This is when I finally get my nightmare character, Simon Belmont. Getting Simon Game 5 in a very important set was the worst thing I could have asked for. I SD'd my second stock, and by then, I knew it was over. Shmoible hits me with a back air to take the final
back
game.
air will do it.
That'll do
A
it.
clean 3-stock from Shmoible will take Game 5, and I believe a reverse 3-0 on the part of Shmoible. That's very nice on their part. Congratulations to Shmoible.
Final results.
I was devastated. I worked so hard leading up to this event, and after my matches and pools, I really felt like I could have won the whole thing. I placed 7th, 1 win away from cash prizes. My reward for winning was a can of Febreze. Half empty, by the way.
Yeah, it's used.
The top 4 of the tournament ended up being 2 of the players I beat in pools, and the 2 players I lost to in Game 5 sets. If I hadn't SD'd as Samus, if I hadn't missed that grab as Zelda, if I hadn't gotten Simon fucking Belmont, things could have been different. But that's part of what makes playing random so damn hard. Shiroberry went on to win the whole thing, which didn't surprise me at all. If you like anime, you should check out his channel. Utah Smash has a lot of YouTubers for some reason. Competition can be very emotional. After I lost, I had to take a walk outside just to cool off. I even put up this tweet. You put so much work in, but at the end of the day, only one person can win. Even though I know I could have won that event, I knew what I was signing up for by playing random. Even if you're playing your main in a tournament setting, a little bit of bad luck can mean the end of your run. However, maining random taught me something important. Being good at Smash means you're good at playing in a way that doesn't require luck to win. And for the most part, I think I did that pretty well. I was playing really good that day, and when I got characters I knew how to play, I destroyed my opponents. And if it was a character I was less familiar with, I could usually rely on my Fundies to win. But ultimately, it wasn't enough. Getting good at fighting games is incredibly hard. It's why so many people will give you the advice of sticking to one character. I did that for 4 years, and I never went 0-2. But I also never really did better than 2-2. I had plateaued, and I didn't see a way forward to improve. So instead of sticking with Daisy, I decided to do something different, and give every character a chance at becoming my main. However, I started going 0-2 for the first time in my life. Going 2-2 is no longer the status quo, it's the goal when I main a new character. But if you ask me if I'm a better player now, or back when I mained Daisy, it's clear as day to me that I'm the best I've ever been at Smash. Maining a new character every week, and now random, has forced me to view the game in a much more holistic sense. I now understand concepts such as Fundies far better than I ever did before. Back when I mained Daisy, all I would really do is fish for my combo starters, and I didn't think that much while playing the game. Now, even though my combo game is the worst it's ever been, every other aspect of my play has dramatically improved. I learned how to win the game, and even though I don't always do that, I have a much better idea of what it takes now. If I won that tournament, maybe my character crisis would be over. But I still have so much work left to do. My main still might be out there, and I'm not so sure it's random anymore. If you'd like to support me on this journey, please consider joining my Patreon to get access to my community Discord, where you can vote on my next character. And my patrons have chosen for me to play as Byleth. Female Byleth, to be specific. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on Tuesday.